Hey, good morning and happy Friday. My name is Brian White. I am a real estate agent in North Texas and a team leader with EXP Realty. And we're coming off of an amazing conference. Just a number of agents planned an event this week in Dallas, and absolutely spectacular training, education, including Tony Robbins yesterday. So my voice is actually a little bit hoarse because Tony Robbins was so amazing. But so what I wanted to share with you today is the story of EXP. How it's changed our lives, how it's changing lives each and every week. We're actually seeing more than or nearly 1,000 agents join EXP each and every week. So definitely a story I want to share with you. And first, though, we're going to talk a little bit about, it's good for you to know who it is that you're listening to. Again, my name is Brian White. My wife Tisha and I have been in business together for 6 years or so. And you know what? We haven't always been at EXP. So when we got started in business, she actually recruited me out of a corporate gig. I was a corporate sales executive, leading teams, traveling quite a bit, traveling across the country. And I was gone a lot. We've got 3 boys. Our boys have gotten a little bit older now, but they're now 20, 18, and 14. And I was gone all the time. So we made some life-changing decisions because we wanted to make what's most important. Right? We got into real estate for time freedom, to be able to lead our own destiny. And well, we got started in real estate, and we got started another brokerage. And we grew. It went well. We had actually had a great experience there. I was on the leadership council. We were teaching classes and trainings, and we got actively involved. We weren't actually interested in another opportunity, but a friend of ours, got in a conversation with them and they said, "Hey, why don't you sit down with our wife?" So we did, and once we saw this, we couldn't unsee it. So what I'm going to share to you today is a little bit about what caused us to make that life-changing decision, what caused us to shift to EXP Realty, and it's a move that has been absolutely wonderful for us. So let's jump right in. Okay, so today we're going to cover who we are, who is EXP, the business model, and give you an opportunity to join. So Glenn Sanford founded our company back in 2009. So he was a real estate agent. He was highly successful, built his team up to $60 million. But then, the market crashed back in 07, 08, and, everything changed. And he saw a number of things that were opportunities in the real estate market. Number one is this idea that we need brick and mortar. This idea that we need offices. And, back when the market crashed, what he saw was that so many real estate companies had so much money, so much overhead tied up in real estate offices all around the country, and it just wasn't necessary. And now we've proven that model. The second thing is he believed that agents were the foundation of a real estate company. They're the reason that the company exists, and for that they should have ownership, that they should have the greatest rewards. And he built a model that rewards agents more than any other, and rewards them in a variety of ways. We talk about 3 different lanes of income at EXP Realty, right? So there's first, there's that pop up. I'm gonna maybe again. So first, there's selling real estate, right? We got to sell real estate to grow the company, to exist. Second is there's stock. So all agents at EXP Realty are agent owners, right? So we're literally owners of the company from the first time we close our first deal. It's fantastic. And then the last is, we get referral fees for introducing other agents to the company. You don't have to do that. That's not something you have to participate in, but it's a substantial income opportunity for us. We even added almost really a 4th lane that comes along with being a shareholder, and that's dividends. So we're now getting paid dividends when each successful quarter. So pretty phenomenal. Glenn was a visionary and saw that as an opportunity for us many years ago. So who we are? So we were founded in 2009, as I mentioned before, and in 2015, so we grew substantially, right? So in the very first year, we were in 11 states. We added Canada in 2012. We added agent equity, and the Icon program, which is something that is so near and dear to my heart, is absolutely changed our family's life. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. In 2018, we made it to the NASDAQ. So we're now on major stock exchanges, easily tradable. You can follow our ticker symbol at EXPI. And in 2021, you can see it shows 50,000 agents. We're now up over 61,000 agents. So just incredible growth for an awesome company. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on our core values, but it's important to know that we have them. It's important to know that transparency and collaboration, that bottom right-hand corner, are two of the paramounts. The other one that I would point to is fun. So we're a company that is incentivized. We're literally financially incentivized to help each other and help each other experience success. So you'll find that people will give you the shirt off their back. They will literally give you everything that they have to help you grow your business because that helps them. We focus on fun. Or one of our mottos is we're making real estate fun again. So just an awesome organization. So let's talk about our business model. Innovation. If you're not innovating, then you're shrinking. Right? If you're not moving forward, then you're losing ground. And that's happened to a lot of these companies on the left side of the chart. So we're all familiar with Blockbuster. Right? Blockbuster had a lot of brick and mortar. Right, they actually had an opportunity to buy Netflix at one point, and should have, but they didn't. Right, so they were stuck in their old business model in their own ways. So now Netflix has absolutely taken them over, and Netflix is a company that doesn't own a lot of infrastructure. Right, they don't own a lot of real estate, and they displaced Blockbuster. Circuit City is another one that was not innovating. Right, they were not changing their business model. They were not keeping pace, and then Amazon is absolutely eaten their lunch. Instead of having distributed retail all over the country, Amazon had a cloud-based model, an order base that was shipping. Like literally, Amazon is the infrastructure for the cloud. Traditional real estate brokerages are like that. Offices all over the country. And there's just not a reason for that. There's a reason maybe individual agents need a place to go and work. We'll talk more about that in a second. But there's not a reason for offices, for real estate companies to have significant infrastructure in real estate and brokerages and big commercial leases over the long term. Another model that's proven that out is Hilton and Airbnb. So Hilton's a huge hotel company, right? They own thousands of hotels all across the country, and they are worth billions of dollars. So it's a sizable company with a huge valuation. But come along, Airbnb is a company that they don't actually own the place for where they make their revenue, right? So they're owned by houses and apartments and people that are renting out their own individual place. But because of the cloud-based model, because of the way that they do business, they have a valuation that's well over $100 billion, significantly bigger than Hilton, even though Airbnb is the one that actually doesn't own resources and doesn't own assets. So pretty fantastic. And interesting to see that the way business models are evolving, and certainly EXP is doing that, keeping pace and then some. So we are one brokerage, not a franchise. So we are not a franchise. The typical franchise on the left has that costly overhead that I talk about. That it comes from the real estate, but it also comes from people, right? So each of the franchises, they have their own office managers, team leaders. They have their own compliance specialists and lots of different resources that are siloed. They're siloed to that individual franchise, and that creates a lot of additional overhead. Those franchises are locally confined. So they have an area where they're able to operate, and agents in that franchise have areas where they're able to operate. If they want to operate in other regions, in other states, then they have to go pay additional franchise fees. They have additional splits and fees to those franchises and brokerages as well. Because there's so many different franchises in different areas, there are inconsistent growth incentives, and some have great technology and some do not. And, kind of buyer beware on what's working and what's not. So EXP has, first we got powerful equity opportunities. Because we have no overhead, the agents are the owners. They're not, we don't have franchise salespeople that are getting paid. We have a cloud campus environment. We have real-time support. So in that cloud, you can get support, tech support, finance support, transaction support, just about any time. We have more than 50 hours a week of live training. It is absolutely nuts. You can get 10, 15, sometimes more classes per day that are available for you to attend real time and via recording. So just fantastic. And then we do have international collaboration now. So now we're in 17 states, right? We opened up a massive number of states. I think we opened up 13 countries, not states, countries. No, just massive countries last year in the middle of COVID. So what our growth is and our borderless brokerage is phenomenal. So when we talk about that cloud campus environment, so cloud campus is, think about Harvard or Stanford or Yale, right? So when you're walking across a campus and you're walking to a class, you're walking to the administration building, you're walking to the hospital. Well, we've got the different rooms and different buildings and different auditoriums in our cloud campus where you can go and attend your trainings and attend your classes. So you can work from anywhere. And because we've got this system, we have cut that brick and mortar costs. So the agents, we invest those dollars into better support, into more resources, and those resources are shared so more people have access to them. Our value proposition is about compensation, community, and cloud-based. We're going to dive deep into each one of those here in a second, starting with compensation, because that's the one that we're all most worried about, right? So, all right. So first, there are no desk fees. There's no royalty fees. There's no franchise fees, right? So you don't have one split to your local office and then another split to corporate. We have one split and everybody has the same, right? There's not an opportunity to negotiate this. We have different models based on the size of teams. And right, larger teams have provide benefits and discounted caps to agents on the team, but everybody gets the same deal and has the same opportunity. So we do have an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. So the way that works is when you close your first deal, and let's just say it's a $10,000 commission, well, 20% of that goes to EXP until you hit that $16,000 cap. So pretty fantastic that there is a cap. It's awesome that there is that low split. So every year when your cap year starts over, right? You're at a lower pay rate, so you actually get to keep more. It helps with cash flow, helps make that transition a lot easier. After you cap, you are at 100% commission, so you get to keep the additional commission after you hit that 16K cap. The brokerage I came from had at the same amount of production had a cap that was $5,000 higher. So $5,000 more for the same level of production. Just I say $5,000 the day I walked in the door at EXP. So the other awesome thing about that cap, right, is because you're capped at 16K, big producers benefit more than anybody else. Right. So think about if you're somebody who earns $500,000 in gross commission per year. Well, you might be somebody that's at a company, you're like, well, I only pay a 10%. I only pay a 10% split. Okay, but what's your cap? If you're not capped, then you're paying $50,000 into the brokerage. Right? You're not capped. That's $34,000 more than you're paying at EXP. And if you are a producer at that volume, and I'll talk a little bit more about something called the Icon program in a second. In the Icon program, EXP is actually going to give you that cap, that $16,000 back in stock. So just dramatic savings, dramatically different opportunity at EXP than at other companies. So when you start, you do have a $150 startup fee. That includes business cards, some folders. That includes your tech startup as well as your first month's cloud brokerage fee. We do have a $25 transaction review fee and a $40 risk management fee, and that risk management fee caps at $500. So once you've hit that, I know a lot of independent brokerages that would love to have their E&O covered for just $500 a month. So absolutely, the savings there are just simply phenomenal. For folks that for the first number of deals after you hit that cap, we do have a $250 transaction fee that too caps, and it caps at a level where you get your that's what triggers the stock payback. So pretty fantastic, just super lucrative, super competitive model. The more you produce, the more you get paid, and that's the way Glenn thought it should be for agents. So like I said, it is a phenomenally lucrative model, and it's something that agents at EXP want to share. Some of the reason why I'm sharing it with you, and that's because we're financially incentivized through referral fees to introduce other agents to our company. Um, when you introduce an agent to a company, out of that 16K cap that I talked about a minute ago, we earn 3.5% of production. 3.5%. So I'll show you what that actually looks like. For an agent that you attract directly to the company, you can earn as much as $2,800 every single year. $2,800 every single year out of that 16K that they pay to EXP. So I already love the company. And the things that I love, I like to share with others, and I like my friends to come join me at the company, or at restaurants that I enjoy, at wine bars, golf clubs, those kinds of things that I enjoy. Well, I want people to join me at my real estate company as well. And it just so happens that I also get paid for that. What a phenomenal benefit! So I can do that with 10 different people, right? So when I introduce 10 different people and get them to come join me at the company that I love so much, I earn $28,000 a year. $28,000 a year from that opportunity. It is absolutely nuts. What's even more nuts, though, is once I've done that, those 10 people, they're going to join the company and they're going to love it. They are absolutely going to love it because it's a phenomenal model. And when they go and introduce their friends, I get to earn as much as $3,200, as much as 4% of the people that they bring to the company. So I'm incentivized to help other agents bring their friends. So it ends up being just one big party, just one big party. So this is the way this model works. You get paid $2,800 for people you introduce directly to the company, $3,200 up to for people that they bring. And then you can see that this goes on for 7 levels. It's just an unbelievable, fantastically lucrative opportunity. So it builds out in the first tier. When you your first 4 people, really all your first tier people, you earn that 3.5%. To get that 4% number that I talked about in that second tier, you actually need to have introduced at least 5 people to the company directly. You got to have brought at least 5 people directly to the company. And that's what opens up this, what we call exponential share, to get you to the 0.2 plus 4%. To get to that third tier, you got to have attracted at least 10 people, so on and so forth, to get all the way down the line. So the beauty of that model is, so we're not incentivized to just attract one person who ends up being a phenomenal recruiter and goes and blows it up. Number one, we actually need to attract people that are selling real estate, because that's how all of this gets paid. Right? We all get paid. Revenue share gets paid out of production. The more productive we are, the more opportunity we have to pay in towards that cap and to pay the people in this line. The second thing, though, is we're incentivized to attract a number of people, not just to attract one recruiter and stop. Because of the way the model works, you need to add more and more people to get the full benefit and the full payout, and to enjoy the fruits of having more people to spend more time with. So it's phenomenal, and it had a lot of foresight. So I mentioned earlier, there are equity opportunities at EXP. There are actually 4 different ways that you can earn stock, not buy stock, but earn stock. It's given to you for your performance. I mentioned that every agent at EXP is a shareholder, and the reason for that is every year when you close your first transaction, you get $200 in stock. You earn stock each and every year when you close your first transaction. Have you ever heard about anybody who pays you for doing the things that you're already going to do anyway? You're already going to go sell real estate, and we're going to give you stock each and every year for doing that. You're going to earn shares when you cap. So when you hit that $2.7 million production number that I talked about earlier, when you hit that number and you've paid in your 16K, well, you're going to get stock. We're actually going to give you $400 in stock when that happens. And then the third way here the third way here is when you introduce somebody to the company and they close their first deal. So it's not enough to just introduce somebody to the company. You need to stick with them and encourage them and help them and mentor them to help them be productive. And when they close their first deal, then you're going to earn stock as well. Just a phenomenal opportunity to go and grow, and to grow your wealth and grow your love for the company. So this fourth way, the way in black, is the Icon Agent Award, and I mentioned that earlier. We're on Monday we will close the deal that puts us into our 4th Icon Award. So we've been blessed with this award 4 different times, and you can earn up to $16,000 in stock each and every year. It's a phenomenal situation. What's phenomenal though is you're awarded that stock at the value it holds at the time of the award. So our first EXP award, I was looking at this the other day, was at 16.50, or excuse me, at 6.50, $6.50. Well, last check we were up north of $42. So yes, I was awarded $16,000, but because that sits and grows over time, it has become a multiple of 6+ times that individual value. Just absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. And those 4 awards that I talked about. So when you first transaction, when you cap, when you attract agents that close their first deal, or when you hit that icon award, those are all gifted. Those are all gifted to you. So on all of the gifted stock, there is a 3-year vesting period. So stick around, love the company, earn stock this year, earn stock next year, and there's always that rolling 3-year, which has been phenomenal. Because as I mentioned before, that award that was at 650, because I've held on to it and continue to hold on to it, it has been able to grow over time. So it's been a huge benefit as well. So the 5th way to get stock, and this is equally valuable. It's phenomenal, and that's the fact that we can get stock at a 10% discount. So out of every closing, you can put as much as 5% of your gross commission income into stock at a 10% discount. So now you can talk to your financial planner, and they may tell you, hey, you do this conservatively, buy gold, buy bonds, whatever, you get 2, 3, 5%. Invest moderately and earn 10%. Aggressively and invest aggressively and earn a bigger number. Well, in this, with the time you buy it, at the time you buy it, you earn 10%. You earn 10% at point of sale. So you can sell it immediately and earn 10%, or you can hold on to it for the long term. I'm holding all of our stock. We have loved it, and we've loved the benefits and the growth that we've seen out of it. It is our long-term wealth building plan in addition to revenue. So EXP likes to take care of its agents in all ways, right? So we are all about agents. We are agent owned and agent centric. So healthcare is a big deal. You can see that somewhere around 30% of agents don't have healthcare. And man, it's one of the biggest potential expenses, one of the biggest reasons for bankruptcy in the world. So EXP has phenomenal healthcare and a variety of options. So we have everything from, we got health saving plans, we have hybrid models, we have true insurance. We changed to this plan this last year, and it has been improved coverage and dramatic savings. So our previous brokerage actually gave us the opportunity to buy off of an exchange, but it was expensive and the coverage wasn't very good. This model is phenomenal. It's lower cost and better coverage. And it's awesome. It's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about that cloud-based piece. We've talked about compensation. Let's talk about cloud-based. So yes, we are virtual, but that doesn't mean that there's not an office. That doesn't mean you don't have a place to go. So if you want an office, then there are Regus offices. We have a partnership with Regus where you can go work at any of their offices, and there are 40 plus offices all over Dallas-Fort Worth, which is where I happen to be. And there are Regus offices all across the country. So you can work from literally anywhere. You can go work from the beach. You can go work from Regus. You can work at your home office or the coffee shop around the corner. We are virtual and give you access to everything from anywhere in the world. So our cloud-based agent tools, and all of our tools are cloud-based. It's phenomenal. We will scroll through bit more about these. So EXP Enterprise is the dashboard. It is the command center where you can see everything from your stock ownership to your transactions to logging into your CRM, lead generation. You do all of this from one single dashboard. SkySlope is unbelievable transaction management. So I have a transaction coordinator, and she logs into that and maintains everything for us. It's cloud-based. We're not even in the same spot. We're not even in the same office. So she's working with with the compliance people at EXP, which are also not even in the same city, same area, maybe not even in the same state. So phenomenal collaboration tool, and allows us to make sure that we're closing on time, make sure we're paid on time, and all of our documents are compliant. Community is massively important to us. If you see on the bottom right, this is what we call Workplace, and it really is our intranet. But it's really the real-time collaboration tool that we use. So it is Facebook for EXP, literally built by Facebook. for EXP. And this is the place where you can go and find opportunities for open houses. You can go ask questions about, hey, what did you do for this sign? People ask questions about contracts or lead generation or scripts or events that are coming up. Hey, who's going to Inman? Who's going to Luxury Connect? Who's going to all of these things? Just a phenomenal collaboration tool. And, great way to questions answered in off hours in the middle of the night. So agents are working all the time, and you could jump right in and get your questions answered and help others. It's also a phenomenal way to get referrals. It's a phenomenal way to get referrals. This last year, through this tool, I have referred business to Nashville. I referred a luxury custom new construction deal, $2 million to Nashville. Referred a listing to in Portland, and got paid on both sides. And I did that to people that I didn't know through this community platform. Phenomenal. We have awesome CRM and lead generation tools. KV Core is a fantastic platform. It's actually one that I had researched and used prior to joining EXP. So best in class tools, best in class integration with clients, search tools, CRM, lead generations, fantastic. I talked earlier, we do have 50 plus hours of training. So it's everything from sales and listings, working with buyers, lead generation, social media training, right? So different platforms, different ways to, whether it's TikTok or I don't know if we have Snapchat, but we probably do. I'm not on there, so I couldn't tell you, but there are a lot of tools out there. And as new things come out, right? So there's people are talking about Clubhouse and Instagram and video, and there are classes on just about everything. And the deal is, I mentioned the icons earlier. Well, it's because icons are incentivized to teach classes. It is the top producers in the company that are teaching classes. So it's not people who, it's not just coaches. It's not people that aren't in the real estate game. This is the top producers. These are the people that are at the top of their game, and they're bringing their knowledge to you. So, and then of course we have a resource guide. It's called Explore, where it's a great way to find access to a lot of the resources. So, I mentioned earlier that community is massively important. That obviously includes diversity, right? We are better together when we have folks of all kinds, from different backgrounds and different walks of life and different beliefs. And we have that and celebrate that at EXP with one EXP Realty. EXP Life is a great place to capture stories and to learn stories from others about what they're doing. I haven't even talked about, or I've spent the entire time talking about real estate. And EXP World Holdings is actually a conglomerate that has EXP Realty. It has Success Lending. It has Success Enterprises, which is the oldest productivity magazine in the world. We have Success Coaching. We own Verbella. We have EXP Commercial. So EXP World Holdings, which is actually what the EXPI ticker symbol represents, holds all of those companies. As in all of those companies grow, we have more and more opportunity. International collaboration. We are now in 17 different companies and continue to expand. Every time we expand into a new country, that represents new opportunities to introduce agents into the company. So India, as an example, has just 1,000. They've got over 2 million agents, but we have just 1,000 so far at EXP. It's pretty phenomenal considering we just recently opened, but still the growth potential and the opportunity for us to our stock value, our company value, and our revenue share value to grow is phenomenal. So as part of community, agents have a voice. And we have an advisory council. There are 12 people that are representing 61,000. You may notice somebody familiar, that handsome guy in the bottom right. Hair was a little bit shorter. That photo was pre-COVID, but still the same guy. So I'm blessed and honored to get to serve on that. So your opportunity is to join the team that is breaking down boundaries. Production matters at EXP. It's not just about one piece or the other piece. Your production matters. So we have been named on all of the Real Trends lists. We've been on all of the top volume, top growth, top producer lists across the country. And the reason for that is it's not been just about attracting agents. It's about attracting highly productive agents and helping them grow their business. This week at the conference, I heard from, I can't tell you how many people, including our top agent in the company, sells more than 1,800 homes per year. Well, his business has more than doubled. I think it was almost tripled since he joined the company just a few years ago. So think about the productivity and the opportunity that EXP presents and EXP could offer you. What this chart shows is the agent count is the line in blue. Well, the black is the revenue, and the revenue is growing in line with the agent count. So agents are coming here and being more productive. They're coming here and growing their business and definitely growing the quality of their life. If that's something that you're interested in, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this, then certainly drop a note in the comment. You can also hit that joinexprealty.com and start the process. Would love to see you at the company and would love to help mentor you in your growth. My name is Brian White. Thank you so much for joining. If you've got questions, like I said, hit me up or hang out and watch another video. I'll see you there.